Alvin lives in his deceased grandmother's home with his stepbrother Brian. The two of them are the last remaining members of their once vibrant and healthy family. When Alvin was only 2 years old, he lost his father to AIDS. Then, just 1 year later, he lost his mother to the same disease.
And I didn't know that my father passed away. It was when I was 3 years. The following year, my mother also passed away. The same month, my dad passed away. Now life was quite difficult to me.
Though he recalls little about his parents, he remembers vividly the struggles he and his siblings experience after their death.
So there was a closest neighbor who offered us a place to sleep. Even though we were spending night in this house, at night there was some things like witchcraft. The roof could be knocked, the walls could be knocked, stone rolling besides the house, windows being beaten, and so sleeping was very difficult.
With little to spare, Alvin's grandmother finally agrees to provide care for he and Brian. But her modest provisions are not enough. So she resorts to selling her last remaining bull just to pay for their school fees. But as the story is so often told in Africa, the time comes when Alvin's grandmother becomes gravely ill. Now, with his stepbrother off to secondary school, Alvin finds himself the sole caregiver of his precious grandmother. Once again, there is no one to provide for him. Too ill to care for herself, this young man finds himself caring for a woman in an exceedingly private manner. Out of pure love for his grandmother, Alvin cleanses the excrement from her frail body.
I took care of her I was washing her legs. Washing legs was quite difficult. Yes. But since I was alone, I was to face that.
Though bittersweet, the day finally comes when the only woman to have ever shown him love dies in his arms. But before passing, she tells him.
But the last thing to tell me before she could pass was that, my grandson, please, poverty, try and dig land to drive this poverty. Poverty is too bad, my son. She could cry like that.
The very next day, Alvin digs his grandmother's grave, carries her body to her final resting place, and with his own 2 hands, he tenderly buries his beloved grandmother, alone once again. But there is good news to this tragic story. Before his grandmother passes, Alvin is identified by our AIDS Orphan 712 program as an OVC, an orphan and vulnerable child.
After receiving the OVC assistance, my life was really very much changed. Students could now love me. We could do things together. Yes, because now I could manage, the teachers could buy for me sets, calculators, set books for reading.
Because our program provided help for Alvin to graduate from secondary school, this brilliant young man of 23 years is now educating children just 5 and 6 years younger as a primary school teacher.
And it is really great for me to teach because it is the OVC program that has made me the person I am, now teaching at a tender age. And I was very much happy because at least I could see light.
The success of AIDS Orphan 712 has stopped the cycle of poverty for Alvin and is now providing the opportunity for him and his future family to prosper. With your assistance, we can continue to help the OVC of AIDS Orphan 712 and children just like Alvin to lead future generations out of the cycle of poverty. All it takes is just a little help. It's all it took for Alvin.
To change my family. I want my family to live lively. I would like also to help some OVC children. I can help them with school fees so that they can also feel the way I felt. So I would like to have a yes.
Many children?
No, I must do family planning.